Mum and Dad put you to bed in the middle of winter. Bruh, it's freezing. You're lying on your bed and they ask you to choose a blanket. This one, thin and full of holes? Or how about this one, a big fat duvet? Which one would you choose? If you wanted to stay warm, choose the duvet, right? And when you've snuggled under a duvet, what happens? Your body heat can't get out, so you quickly become very warm. But would you choose this same blanket in the middle of a hot summer? If you went to bed with a heavy duvet, you would get too hot, start sweating and struggle to breathe. Now think of the Earth. For thousands of years it's been kept at just the right temperature. The atmosphere, the sky, let out some heat, but kept just the right amount in. But now, humans have done something very silly. We've wrapped the Earth in a gas called carbon dioxide. The gas is invisible. If only we could see it, perhaps we would take more notice of it. The Earth needs a thin blanket of carbon dioxide in the sky. What it doesn't need is a thick duvet. It's getting really, really hot. The problem comes from the way human beings create energy to heat and light our schools, the places we go to work, our shops, our factories, the water and swimming pools. And that's not all. The energy we need to run cars, trains and planes is created by burning fossil fuels, creating even more gas. Fossil fuels are coal, gas and oil. And when we burn these to make electricity or cook food, we create carbon dioxide, also known as CO2, which goes up into our atmosphere. Other silly human behaviour is making the problem worse. For example, trees soak up lots of carbon dioxide, but in countries like Brazil, we are chopping down trees for wood so fast that a patch of forest the size of 3 football pitches is disappearing every second. What's the result? Our planet is getting hotter and hotter, not because it's getting sunnier, but because humans are putting too much carbon dioxide into the sky. We call this climate change. But what's the problem with climate change? The heat of the Earth affects the weather we have. The hotter the Earth gets overall, the more that dangerous waves, hurricanes and storms appear. Some plants and animals can only survive at the old, cooler temperature. If they get too hot, they will die out. If humans continue to make the Earth hotter, the hot places will get even hotter, plants will stop getting rain, forests will dry out and burn, and farmland will turn to desert. But at the same time, the colder areas full of snow and ice will also get warmer. What happens if you take an ice cube out of the freezer and put it on a warm plate? It melts and turns to water. This is what happens to the snow and ice countries too. They've started melting. All that extra water flows back into the oceans and makes sea levels rise. Millions of people around the world live near the sea and rivers. They now have too much sea and the water floods their towns and homes. The weather we get comes from the heat of our planet. For thousands of years, weather has stayed roughly the same, but because of climate change, everything is now changing fast. This year, hot places like Texas got their first snow blizzards for many years, while a country like Bangladesh was flooded so badly that over 1 million homes were ruined. Scientists, teachers, and even mums and dads have realised we have to find ways to make things better, to cool the Earth down a bit. This will make things better for animals, plants, and humans. At school, on Earth Day, we need to learn how to create green energy that makes electricity without burning fossil fuel. There are lots of ways we can do this. We need to act quickly to cool the planet down. By reducing the fossil fuels, we truly celebrate the Earth, the only planet we can call home.